Hello everyone. Good morning. I feel like a true mess a little bit this morning, but that's okay. My hair is soaking wet because I went running. Yay! I did what they call hill repeats this morning. And I had, God, it looked better before I took it down. I had just enough time to come in and do a video on running. I tried 3 different times yesterday and got interrupted 3 different times. And I was like, well, I guess I'm not supposed to do it. And so I just wanted to tell you about my little journey and how flipping amazing. Oh, sorry, I have to like lower this and get a little more position. Okay, that looks better. How amazing the recovery is. And it really got me thinking. So I'm going to talk about the recovery and hopefully I can like stagger this correctly because I didn't write it down. And then I want to like pose a question about how we're recovering. If I'm recovering this quickly from running, how is our body recovering and healing through the medical medium protocols? It's actually a fascinating thought. So let me tell you how all this started. So, 2 or 3 months ago, I decided, I just was walking my dogs, like a couple of tenths of a mile a day. That was it. Because before that, if I would go for a walk or if I would exercise or do anything, I would be so exhausted the next day, I would feel like I had the flu. And so I couldn't do it. So if you can't do it, it's okay. It's a process. I do know and feel in my heart that the 28-day raw cleanse I did with Echota in April helped a ton with all of this. So it's now the end of July. So I guess I started walking around April, maybe into May, and then this moment just hit me because I wanted to walk more, but I was just kept waiting on my body to heal, which is not something I recommend doing. The waiting game sucks. So, and it's not even, it was my thought processes. So I kept thinking, I'm like, okay, I just gotta wait till my body says something, or wait till my body does something, or this or that. And I just felt like I kept waiting, where if I had said my body is healing, my liver is healing, my body is strong, which are the things I say in my head now. I say how wonderful my body is. I say how wonderful my liver is, how wonderful my kidneys are, my bladder. I go through my organs, my spleen, my intestines are amazing. My stomach is fantastic. My thyroid is perfect. My body just blows my mind. It is how strong and how much it's working, and my immune system's going. Like, it's funny talking about this out loud is absolutely crazy because I feel like I'm vibrating in this vibration that I haven't been in, of speaking about my body out loud, how good it's doing. So this is really cool. I recommend this. I have been practicing for a few months now to work on my thought processes because they were really doing me harm, and now they're doing me a lot of good. And I just had to share that with y'all. That if your thought processes are getting you down, you got to change your thoughts, man. That was like the first thing I did to like amplify my healing. Am I perfect at this? Hell no. I'm never going to be perfect at this, and I'm okay at it. I'm very, 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 very proficient. I don't want to be perfect. Perfect usually means you're dead. You ain't got nothing else to do once you get it done. Perfect is done. Proficiency is key. So I'm very proficient at my food, like really, really good. I'm really stronger, and I'm determined to heal no matter how my journey looks. That works for me. I don't care what anybody else says. So let me tell you about my running. So a few months ago, like I said, I started walking, and all of a sudden something said, move your legs. Like, work your thighs, pull yourself forward, work, like, do it. And I did it, and I didn't do it like, oh, I went and ran. That's not what I did. I went and I just like helped my body to walk, and I told my legs I could do it, and I walked, and I felt great. And I was like, okay, I'm going to walk my loop where I live. This is 1.5 miles, and walk my dogs. And so I went and I walked, I did it. I walked the loop. And by the time I got to about 1/2 mile, I felt so fantastic. and so good. I couldn't believe it because I was allowing my lymphatic system to drain. So I knew what was going on in my body. So I did that. So then I finished the loop and I tested it out. And the next day I didn't crash. I didn't feel like I had the flu. Sorry, my hair is like itching the crap out of me. And so I mean that's thyroid hair for you, but hopefully that'll all like shift and change. So anyways, so I went on this walking journey and I did this stuff, and the next day I felt great. So like for the next couple of, maybe next month, I just kept walking every morning because it was helping my anxiety. It was helping my depression. It was helping my mental thoughts. It was kind of getting some of my pent up energy out so I could be more balanced during the day. So I thought that was interesting. It was just amazing. So then I had this moment where I want to do 2 laps. I'm going to put the dogs up after 1 lap and I'm going to do another lap. That means like 3 miles. So I did that, and I had already been jogging a little bit, like maybe a tenth, maybe 2/10, and I was kind of shocked at how much I could jog without wanting to quit. Like before that. And so I put the dogs up, I did the 3 miles, and I ended up jogging a mile of it, but I did like a half mile and then a half mile. Like a half mile and then I walked, and then I did another half mile. Which is my whole thing, is like run to a light pole, walk to the next light pole, run to a light pole. You know, that's kind of a runner's thing, where that's how you build up your endurance. You run and walk, run and walk. So the next day I talked to my client and I said, "Don't you run?" And she said, "Yeah." She says, "Meet me in the morning at 6 o'clock." And I was like, "I don't know about this." And and the day before that, actually, like that week, I'd actually decided, which is a big thing for me, which is super exciting. I bought me a pair of running shoes, and I used to do that because I would get running shoes and I would do not a marathon, a 5K. I did the mud run. I did 2 mud runs, one of which I tore my ACL and meniscus because EBV and me were having a war, and I didn't know what I was doing at that time. So I did that, and but I went and got my running shoes, which made me super excited. And you can check them out at more_Roslyn on Instagram because they're pretty cool. I have 2 pair now, and actually I think I'm fixing to take a pair back today to get a bigger size because they're not working for me right now. My feet need to move, so I have to go up a half a size, which is fine. I don't care. I'm learning. So anyway, so I go the next day after I did that 3 miles, like one day that week, I go that next day, and I don't know the timeline. And I met up with my friend, my client, and we ran with a whole group, which was a lot of fun because there was so many supportive people there. And we did 3 miles the first track, and we came back, and like whoever didn't want to go, they didn't have to go. And then a lot of us were like, "No, let's go." And we did 3 miles the next one. Like, run, jog, like it was amazing. It's running for me because my butt can't go back faster. So it was so fantastic. Now we walked, don't get me wrong, like I did not do 6 miles, 3 miles, and then 3 miles completely without walking. We walked and ran and walked and ran, but I did 90% of it running, and I was thrilled. And it was amazing, and I couldn't believe I did it. And I could only do 3 or 4 miles when I did paleo. When I ate meat, I could not go. I did not have this much energy, stamina, or ability. So giving up meat for bananas is fantastic. And I say bananas because it used to be giving up meat for potatoes. Now it's giving up meat for bananas because bananas have been like something I've craved since I've started running. And so I eat a lot of them. Because they're fantastic. Let me tell you why they're fantastic. Let me tell you about my recovery. So remember, I'm human, and this is my journey, and it's a process, and this is how it happened, and I just have to be truthful. So because I'm trying to work on mingling things with my husband, like getting us more eating together, breaking bread, doing things, don't tell him I told you this. So maybe he'll do the medical medium, and some of this is working, so I can't argue with it. But some of it's also like holding me back. So I'm trying to figure out how to get this going, and it's working because I want me and my husband to sit down and eat together. I don't care if he eats meat, but he doesn't have to eat dairy and gluten and all this other stuff. But that's just from a healing standpoint, and I hope he doesn't watch this video. because, oh, like, he can't stand how much crap I give him. I don't give him crap, but I can't say anything about food anymore. Like, it's horrible. He just does not, that's like the whole thing. Like, I'm trying to do my thing, and he's bringing dairy in the house and all this kind of stuff, but luckily he's kind of quit bringing so much dairy in the house, so, like, I'm just thankful that we're getting along, and, like, we're starting to eat together, because before we didn't even eat together, and it was kind of weird. So anyways, back to the recovery. So I go run the 6 miles. I realize the shoes aren't going to work. I go to take the shoes, which are the same shoes I'm talking about today, and I realize, let me just use them as my short run shoes, which is not working, and get me some bigger shoes, and so, like, something that sprays out. So I go back and get some other shoes, and me and my husband go and get something to eat. And we're just chilling, and I'm at this point starving. I had several juices. I don't know if y'all know this about me. I don't get going that well in the morning with my digestive system. I can juice a lot, but I can't handle a lot of food. Like, it's 9:13, and that's how much smoothie I've had. It tastes fantastic. I will probably finish this after the video, or at least half of it, because if I don't feel good, I'll stop. But then by 12 o'clock, I'm eating. It's on. But for some reason with my system right now at this point in my life, it cannot handle a lot of food in the morning. It just doesn't. I don't feel good. I don't digest it. And it feels like it's coming up and not going down. And so that's why. So anyways, so we went to a restaurant. I had gluten, I had dairy, and I had beer. And oh boy, I was already sore. Well, that made it worse. Then the next day, I went back and got on the medical medium stuff, and I got a little better. And by Monday, I was completely healed and had no problems. And I was like, oh my gosh, usually I'm sore for a week. So this is where I want you to start thinking about your body. And if things can heal this quickly from the food, like, what in the world? How much are we healing? Like, this is so exciting. So I go the next week, and I do almost the same thing. I ate a little better after we went and run, because I still went and hung out with my husband, and then I recovered quicker because I ate so many freaking bananas that day. It was crazy. I ate a whole bunch that morning, and I was actually able to eat it, but I got those in, and I was recovering like fantastic, because I personally don't like to be that sore. And so now, so that was then, and then this Saturday, so let me explain. So the first one was 6 miles. The second Saturday was 7 miles. Last Saturday was 5 miles, because everybody had stuff they had to do. And the 5 miler is when I did not get off my medical medium protocol at all. However, I did get off of it the day before the run, and I paid for it because I don't think I ran as well. I think it was a little bit more of a struggle. And I love all this because, and this is not for you if you don't want to do this. This is just my journey. Because this is really giving me such a big contrast of what my body can do when I eat well and what it can't, that it makes me stay on the medical medium even like stronger and harder. I'm actually doing a raw cleanse right now with the Raw Glow Girls. I'm not really sure what their names are, but I think it's Glow something. You can find them on Instagram. But, and we're all doing raw right now, and so I ran Saturday for 5 miles. I had my bananas, I had my cucumber juice, I had my watermelon juice, I had watermelon strawberry juice, I had potatoes, I had everything. And it was great. I wasn't sore. Like, I was not sore a few hours afterwards, and I wasn't sore the next day on Sunday, and I wasn't sore on Monday. However, I ate too many figs that I like picked off of a tree, my neighbor's tree. And I also bought a lot of them from Whole Foods because I'm addicted to figs. And I think that I had a diverticulitis, whatever it's called. I had a daggum attack in my stomach, and my intestines swelled up, and they hurt really bad. And I don't know if it was the running. I don't think so. I haven't had this before since I started running, so it might have been a combination. I can understand that, but I really think it was I put so much good bacteria in my system, because of course I didn't wash any of this stuff, that I put so much good in my system that it started kicking the bad out. And I had a problem for a few days. I was just sore and swollen, so every time I would move, my whole intestines would hurt. And so anyway, so I experienced that Sunday night, Monday, Tuesday, was better. And so today is Wednesday. So I got up and I was like, well, let me go do hill repeats and get that in this morning, because what I like to do is run on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Let me just go get some hill repeats in and don't like have to run like the long distance. So I did that, and it was fantastic. And I was raw completely yesterday. No fat either, because I don't eat a lot of fat. I'll eat avocado and like guacamole and stuff at a restaurant, but that's not often. So I didn't eat any fat. And I ran this morning. My stomach hurt. Of course, my intestines hurt a little bit, but it was okay, because my whole abdomen, I could feel like strengthening and holding my core in when I ran. And it was amazing. And so, it just held me so tightly and comforted me and supported me that it was just amazing to experience. And so I did the hill repeats, and I came back home, and in the rain, but it was fun. It was great. I was like, God's just washing me right now. Like, these are just the showers of love, is all I could think about, because it was raining. And so I did that, and I'll have that smoothie to help like any kind of soreness or whatever I have right now, because I'm a little stiff in some places, which is expected after I run. And then I'll go do a long run tomorrow, if it doesn't rain, hopefully. And then I'll do another long run on Saturday, and I will probably start doing, because I like kettlebell swings a lot, I think I'm going to do some rebounding and kettlebell swings on my off days from running. And the recovery, like I said, is just so freaking quick. I've never ran 5 or 6 or 7 miles ever, and then I ran them, and then I recovered, and I'm like, what? Now I will say, when you do it with a bunch of people, it's a lot easier. When I do it by myself, I feel like I'm a lot slower, but I'm okay with that. So if I'm recovering this quick from running, then how in the heck, like how much am I healing on my insides? I have to keep doing this. I can't stop. So the reason why I like doing raw cleanses is because I don't cheat. I don't have gluten. It's such a no, you can't do that I stick to it. So I'm not giving myself an end date for this raw cleanse. I'm just going to keep doing it unless something happens, or so I'm just going to keep working through it. So anyways, that's the power of raw healing foods. It heals you so much that you can run a shit ton and have a blast and heal, and you're not sore. So it's pretty amazing. So if y'all are wondering what happens like when you get to like your happy part of your healing journey, I mean, that's where I feel like I'm at, because I feel like I'm at the sweet spot. I mean, this is it. Like, to be able to do these things, oh my gosh, like I feel like an athlete. I don't care how much I weigh, because I can run. It's so awesome. So awesome. So I hope this helps y'all. I hope it inspires you. Just letting you know what I do, and go out and do that 28-day cleanse. Just like get it done. Once you get through the first week, you're pretty good. The second week is a whole lot easier. The third week, you're just craving potatoes. And if that's what you're craving and you're not craving crap food, then do it. That's how I am. That's why I like raw, because I'll crave potatoes. Okay, I crave potatoes. I want some potatoes, but I don't do it. And potatoes aren't bad, but once I have potatoes, then I crave bread. And I'm like, I'd rather just crave potatoes, So, and once I get to a certain point, I'll have potatoes. It will not be a big deal, but I just had to share this with y'all. So hopefully this inspires you. And if you have any questions, hit me up. If you want a session with me, I always forget to do this. You can go to moreRoslyn.com and look at my sessions there. I do a complimentary 15 minutes to see if you like me, and vice versa. And then I'm also a medium, so my sessions are more intuitive on emotional things and like how to just help support you. I can't scan your body. I don't do things like that. I can help a little bit with protocols, but that's not really where I'm at. Really, usually people don't have problems with protocols. They have problems with the emotions. protocols are pretty easy. They're black and white. And the EBV, Epstein-Barr virus, and shingles and vertigo kind of all run very like linear, very similar to each other. So it's not hard to switch things up with a couple of supplements. That's pretty easy. And usually I just tell people to eat what foods they're craving on that kind of journey in the medical medium, like life-changing food books. And that helps a lot. But if you're really wondering about like how to get over your emotions, or if something's holding you back, or how you can go forward, or any of that kind of stuff, that's the stuff I do. So like I said, you can book a session with me, moreRoslyn.com. I'm really affordable. I only do like $120 for an hour. If you need a discount or a break, let me know. And you can watch my videos on here. Check me out on Instagram. And I also have a channel on it's moreRoslyn.vhx.tv. And you can subscribe to that. That's a little more about my weight loss. And I will be loading more videos on there very soon. And I hope this helps you. And everything is awesome. So I will see y'all later, guys. Bye. Have a great day.